Hello everybody, nice to see you again. For those who don't know me, I'm Anne-Laurence Fritsch, Senior Certified Hypnotherapist, and in this video I'm going to answer some commonly expressed concerns about hypnosis. 7 concerns that are often expressed about hypnosis. So the first one is, am I receptive to hypnosis? Yes, everyone is receptive to hypnosis. Don't worry, you certainly are. If a hypnotherapist tells you you're not receptive, it means that the person you're dealing with is not an expert, because it's the responsibility of the hypnotherapist to bring you into that state of hypnosis and to help you deal with your issues in that state of modified consciousness, where you are less connected to your cognitive mind and more connected to your intuitive and creative mind, which leads to new solutions that you never thought about. So everyone is receptive to hypnosis. It's a natural state. You often are in that state without being aware of it. When you look at sunset, sunrise, a magnificent landscape or whatever, and you are less connected to your daily preoccupations, you are in a state of hypnosis. It's a slightly modified state of mind, of consciousness, where you are less preoccupied by your daily work, your daily life, etc., and you are focused. You focus your attention on things that you don't focus your attention on normally. So don't worry. It's not your fault if you are receptive. It's not your fault if the hypnotherapist can't bring you into that state of hypnosis, because the person you're dealing with hasn't been able to create a bond of trust between you and him or her. And that's one condition for you to be receptive, is that you trust the hypnotherapist you are dealing with. It's very important that you feel you can trust the person who is asking you questions before it brings you into hypnosis. Very important. A relationship of trust between you and the hypnotherapist. The second concern is, will hypnosis work on me? Yes, it will work on you if the hypnotherapist is an expert and can create that bond of trust between you and him or her. And it will work if you really want to solve the problem you have. If you have a specific issues and you want to solve these issues, yes, it will work. It will work if you are willing to change some way you look at life, some vision, your perception of life. If you are willing to make some efforts as well in your daily habits, it will work. If you really want to change, to feel better, it will work. And if you trust the hypnotherapist you're working with, it will work. I can assure you. Anyway, it works on my patients, it works on my clients. When it doesn't work, it's because the person doesn't really want to solve the problem. I give you a typical example. Is someone doesn't really want to give up smoking. They do it to please someone, or because they're sick of being told all the time, stop smoking, so they do it, and they don't really want to give up smoking in their hearts. They do it to please someone else, or because they're supposed to stop smoking, and because the wife or husband want to save some money to go on a holiday and so on. But it won't work if the person doesn't really want to give up smoking. The way I proceed with addiction is that I'm going to help the person get rid of what causes the addiction, because addiction is a symptom of something that doesn't work. That something is not sane, is not good for the person in the person's life. So if the person doesn't mind the way she leads her life and is happy with having an addiction, there's no point to. You can't make someone, oblige someone to give up an addiction. Addiction is something very, very intimate, something personal, and it depends on the willingness of the person to get rid of the addiction for it to work. So you might fall on a hypnotherapist who will use conventional hypnosis and it will actually work for some time. But if you don't really want to give up smoking, eventually the addiction will come back. If the core problem hasn't been solved, the addiction, which is a symptom of illness, of uneasiness, of unhappiness, will come back. So hypnosis will work on you if you really want to solve your problem, if you really want to reach your goals. The next concern is, can I be manipulated? No, not if you are dealing with a professional and ethical hypnotherapist. You won't be manipulated. It's not the point of hypnotherapy. The point of hypnotherapy is to help you get rid of your problem. It's a psychotherapy in a state of hypnosis, and a psychotherapist doesn't want to manipulate you, but to help you get better. So it's the same objective, the same goal of the hypnotherapist. If he's professional and registered, professionally registered and ethical in his work, the hypnotherapy wants to help you get rid of your problem and feel better. He's not going to manipulate you. Another concern is, can I come across a charlatan? Yes, you could come across a charlatan. That's why it's important to check on the professional background and experience of the person you're going to deal with. It's important that you trust the hypnotherapist you're going to work with. So always make sure that the person has a professional background, is registered on a professional level, and belongs to professional federations and so on. It's very important, yes, to make sure and to check on the person you're going to do work, because it's a very intimate work. You're going to talk about yourself, about intimate stuff that concerns you, and it's important that you can trust the person you're going to work with. So, the next concern is, am I going to fall asleep? No, you're not going to fall asleep. Even though you might feel like sometimes you are asleep, you won't be asleep. Hypnosis is not a state of sleep. It's a state in between two states. It feels like you are almost asleep, but you're not asleep. So sometimes the mind fluctuates between different states, and sometimes you might lose track of what I'm saying or what the hypnotherapist is saying, because you are focused on something particular, and so all the rest disappear in the background, but you are not asleep, even though you might feel like you were asleep at times. Sometimes we are very, very deeply relaxed in the state of deep relaxation, the deep state of hypnosis. We feel really, really relaxed and disconnected from the rest of the world, but we are not asleep. And it's not the point. It's not the purpose of hypnotherapy. Is not to make you sleep, but to make you to make sure you do active work, to work on your issue in a state of hypnosis, which is much easier to solve issues in a state of hypnosis than in a state of a totally conscious awareness. The next concern is there a risk I will never come out of that state of hypnosis, that I remain in a state of hypnosis? No, don't worry. Spontaneously, eventually, you will always come out of that state of hypnosis. At the most 40 minutes after, you will come out spontaneously out of that state of hypnosis. And anyway, the hypnotherapist will bring you out of that state of hypnosis in your own rhythm, respectfully, in the way that is convenient for you, suitable for you. So don't worry, you won't remain in a state of hypnosis. It's not possible. It doesn't happen. Another concern is, are online hypnosis sessions as efficient as hypnosis session in your hypnotherapy practice? Yes, absolutely. Some people even find it more pleasant to work online, like more intimate, because we are face to face, and with earphones, can talk directly into your ears, and sometimes it's even a better experience for some people. They prefer it, and also because it will avoid you a lot of time and money, transport, stress, and feeling more comfortable in your own environment, feeling more reassured because you are in your comfortable chair, and you are in your familiar environment, can be a plus for some people. The results are just as efficient with my clients. There's no difference between the sessions I conduct in my hypnotherapy practice and online. They get the same results, efficient results. There's no difference. People often think that they are going to be, they need to be in the presence of the hypnotherapist for it to work, because often it happens that people confuse hypnotherapy and magnetisms, you know, like there's some way of, you know, with a pendulum or this sort of things, but that's not the hypnotherapy I conduct. I conduct hypnotherapy. It's all to do with the voice, the tone of voice, the things I say, the metaphors I use. I don't do some magnetic passes, gestures, and so on. It's all in the voice, all the communication we have together. So you don't need to be with me in my office for it to work. It's just as efficient. Well, I hope that all this was of some use to you. Don't hesitate to share, like, comment. And if you would like to make a booking with me for a hypnosis session online, there is a link in the description box for you to do so. Well, see you soon. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.